This video is for section editors as they go through the online review and publication process in our RPC journal. Now, as a section editor, the first thing you need to do is to go into your user home, and you will see this tab called Section Editor. Now, I have more tabs than most because I have a lot of roles in the journal. But as a section editor, click here, and this will bring up all of the articles that you are responsible for as a section editor. Now, the journal's main editor, and I'm that main editor, is the one who assigns the individual articles to the section editors. And you will know beforehand, and I will work with you, but I will tell you which articles you are responsible for, and they will show up on this menu. And so I'm the section editor of this article. So I pull that up. And here is where my work starts. So here is a submission information, and here is the editor. So the first thing you need to do as a section editor is to find and assign reviewers for this article. So you select the reviewers, and that brings up this menu of all of the possible reviewers, and we have many here. 88 possible reviewers, and you find a way to search, and I'm just going to assign me to review it so I don't put anyone else on the spot. And so I'm the section editor, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to assign me to be a reviewer, and this is a blind peer review process. So I'm going to assign that, and you'll see that reviewer A, the first one that we assigned, comes up. The next thing you do is select the review form, and it will bring up this menu, and we only have two review forms right now, and that's a research article and the book review, and in this case it's a research article, so we assign that. And the next thing you do is send a request, and so you send this email, and this is the email that goes out to the reviewer, and I'm going to skip the email today because it will just be an email to myself, but normally you would push send and it would send it out to the reviewer. Now, many times section editors have been reviewers, but what happens is the reviewer gets the email with a link to this article, and so the reviewer just has to click on the link to go right in to do the review. So we'll skip the email. And then the reviewer should acknowledge, and if the reviewer has acknowledged it, this will be highlighted. Or if you know that the reviewer has been willing to do the review from another email, you have to click here, and you'll see that the reviewer now has acknowledged that he or she wants to do the review. The nice thing about this is you have record of when the request was sent and the due date, and it's usually around a month, a little bit less than a month. And now the goal is to have at least 2 blind peer reviewers for each article, and many times you put yourself, the section editor, as a reviewer, so you can read and comment on the articles. And as you'll see, this is a different article, but it has 3 reviewers, and I'm actually one of the reviewers as a section editor. But I assigned the review to 2 outside external peer reviews, and you'll see that this person, Hilda, has actually accomplished the review, and you'll see that revisions are required. And she has uploaded a review file for the author. And earlier I went in and I clicked on this and recorded it so that the author can see the review file. Now, as a section editor, then you can click on this review file and see what the reviewer said in the file. You can also do this, and that pulls up the review form and what the reviewer inputted into the review form. And so you can read what the author said. And this will help you as a section editor make a final decision on this article. So you see that this is the review screen, and it's in review right here. And once you have the 3 reviews in, and we're still lacking this one, and if you want to send a reminder, you can just click right here and send a reminder, and that person would get another email reminder. Now, once this reviewer has reviewed and made a decision, you'll see that decision right here, and there's no decision yet, but you'll see there Hilda made this decision, and I was a reviewer, and I made this decision as well. So once all 3 reviews are in, or at least 2 outside reviewers, not yours, you need to go down to this screen, and here is where you make a final decision as to whether this is accepted or accepted with, as you'll see, the options: revision required, resubmit, decline. You let up on one, and then you record that decision, and then that decision is recorded online. And if you want to send an email to the author as well as an editor, I would get that as the editor, and the author would get it. You can notify the author there. You can also pull this screen up, and you can add your own comments. If you don't review this as a reviewer, you can add a bunch of your comments here. So that's how you coordinate the review of the articles. Once you have notified the authors of your review decision, and if you want to continue working with that author to get a manuscript up to speed, this is where you communicate through email or through Skype, on the phone, in any way possible, or the best way possible, to help the author understand what's required and educate the author in developing a better manuscript. So your next step will be to have the author submit the next version, or what I would call the next, or the second to the last version before publication. Now I'll show you how the author does that, so you can help the author do that. So once you have worked with the author, and the author is ready to select or to submit the revised manuscript, the author needs to click on the Author tab. And I'm logged in as me, and you'll see that I have one article pending that's under review, and its status is revisions required. And I have worked with the section editor, Lucia Dura, and we have worked and worked and worked, and if we want when we are ready to submit the next version, we submit it right here. And I'm going to delete this as an old version. So we need, as a section editor, instruct the authors to upload another version. So the author simply goes and finds the file and uploads the other version. So as an editor, you can then go in and download this new author version to make sure that it is an improved version, and you can send that version right back to the author. At this point, it's not a blind peer review, because that blind peer review process has already taken place. So you can download this version to your computer, make comments on it, and send it right back to the author. And then the author can upload another version, and it would be uploaded. And I'm just going to upload something different so you can see. And you'll see that it has a different file name, and it's going to be uploaded to the next version, or below the previous version. So the bottom version is the latest or most up-to-date file, and you can continually have the author do that. Or if you want the author to send you the new file, you can do that. But it's easier to keep these uploaded to the journal, so when we eventually want to publish this, the journal editor, and I'm that journal editor, knows where to pull the file. So the next steps are, once you have the copy edited or the final proof version from the editor, from the authors, and we ask all authors to do that, then you will send to me, the journal editor, the final version, and you need to proof that version as well. So I will receive the final version through email. It's easier for me to do that. And I would ask you to send me all of the final versions for the special edition that you're responsible for. And as editor, I will take those final versions and put them in the journal format, which is single spaced with the headings and all that information. However, before we publish the final version, you need to ask the authors to go back and make sure all of the metadata is correct. And you'll see that I'm the author of this. And so the author needs to go back and make sure that the authors are in the right order and that the title of the article, it's down here, and the abstract are exactly what the authors want, because when we publish this, the journal software pulls directly from this metadata, from the metadata here. And you're not going to create a cover for this, but make sure that the authors have all of this information in perfect order, because this is how it's indexed, and these keywords actually show up on their article when people click on it. So you make sure that the authors have the abstract to perfection, the indexing, the title, the author's names, everything is perfect here. That is the author's responsibility. Once I have received from you the copy edited Word file, and you have assured me that the authors have carefully updated their metadata page with the author's names and title and abstract, I will create a preliminary version of the journal. And it's a preview version. And once that is okay on my end, and I can't share that with you, I will publish it, but I will not notify anyone else that it's been published. And I will ask you to log in and check everything. At this point, despite all the work we do, we always find little things here and there that are wrong. And so this is your last, not your last chance. It does go live, but no one else knows that it's live. And we take one look through it before I send out the notice. Once the section editors have concluded that it's okay, then we tell all of the journal readers, we announce the publication to all the journal readers, but the section editors write individually to the authors and ask them to check to make sure everything is perfect. And we usually have 1 or 2 or 3 articles that have a few little weird things here and there. And you just tell me, and I go back and I make the changes and upload the latest files. So this is a publication process. It's a dynamic, efficient, effective one using this software. And please let me know if you have any questions. This is a great system to do the work that we do. Thank you.